Because we're going live.
Hello, welcome to LSS USA. I'm Kathleen Thomas. My co-manager here is, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Darren Dykehouse, Lakeshore Paranormal.
Today we have a special guest. You all can introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself and your situation.
Okay, so I'm Scott. Well, I go by Hacksaw, and this is my wife Stephanie. And for about the past 8-9 months now, we've had supernatural stuff just plaguing our house, inside, outside. It follows us to hotels. I mean, and we've tried everything you could think of to get rid of it, and haven't been able to.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to get people to come out, but we live on we have a 41-acre farm on the mountaintop of Terre Haute. So I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, so it's hard to get anybody even to come out here. You know, we're not in a great location, so. But
now I have forwarded some of your videos to Darren here, and you said. The one video with the children in the playpen, you said that was when no one was home?
Yeah, those aren't our children. We were actually at a hotel because these things were just, aggravating us. Like they would growl at my wife and they were tormenting our girls and stuff. So we were like, let's go to a hotel for the night. And we did. And while we were there, which these things followed us, our twins noticed them first. They were like, getting scared. They would see things on there and I'm like, what the, and I found that I could, sort of see some stuff with thermal and night vision. And the Steph happened to be looking at our Wi-Fi camera I put up in the living room to try and capture some of the stuff so we could figure out what was going on. And she's looking through and she goes, look at this. She goes, you won't believe this. And she goes, there's kids in our basement. I go, are you looking at old footage? She's like, no, it's live. Look. So she took a screenshot of it, and I was like, "Those aren't our kids because ours are right here."
Yeah.
And then there was the face in there that you saw, where looks like a pointy nose and a goatee. I was like, but those are not our children. There. We've also had neighbors report. Our neighbor was just here not too long ago that he saw a little boy look up on our front porch, look up over the road, and was looking at him and giggling, and he was like. Because he knows we don't have any boys. We have 2 twin daughters. And he's heard cackling in the woods. And then just the other night, Stephanie went out on the front porch and she goes, I heard that woman's voice. Because it all first started at first I didn't say anything to my wife because I thought I was just going crazy and hearing stuff. But the twins would be out here playing and stuff. The TV wouldn't be going or anything. And I would hear a woman's voice. It sounded like a kindergarten teacher at story time or something. Real pleasant.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, I would hear muffled things of it. I couldn't really make out what she was saying, but I was like, that's not my wife. I come out and look, TV's not on. I don't see anything. I'm like, but I kept it to myself. I was like, I'm just hearing stuff or something. And then one time she brings me coffee and I heard it again because the twins were out here and she came into my printer room and I looked and she goes, would you hear it? And I go, nothing. And I go, why? Did you hear something? And she goes, did it sound like a woman's voice out there talking to the twins? I go, yeah. I go, I've been hearing that on and off for a couple weeks now. And she was like, I've been hearing it too. But we're watching the camera and you could see our twins having full conversations with something. It wasn't us.
Wow. Do you feel like it could be something attached to the land?
We're pretty sure they're attached to us. We did speak to a couple of psychics, but I don't know whether they got scared off or what. But they said that it came with a friend. A friend of a friend is how it got here. And one said that it could be Hat Man and a couple spirits. One said that it was a witch and a couple spirits, but they pretty much said the same thing of how it got here. So we don't think, and it follows us wherever we go. So we're pretty sure it came here, liked what it saw, and won't leave now.
Yeah.
So,
jeez. Yeah. How old is your house, or is it more?
Yeah, it's only 10 years old. So,
okay.
And we've lived here for like 2 years. And we bought the place like 2 years ago. Didn't have any problems at all with anything weird until about 7, 8 months ago.
Wow.
It's actually probably longer now, about 9 or so.
Did you bring anything home, antiques at all, or anything?
Not really.
I always kind of go, I start from A to B, so
Yeah, we have had I used to do, and before I started 3D printing business, I used to do a lot of antiquing and stuff like that, but never had any problems. Well, see, this problem isn't just going on here. Our neighbors that are having the same problems down at their house, they're 4 miles away, but their friend that stayed with them for a little bit, they were having weird experiences. They said, well, we think it came from him. And I was like, well, it's here now. And so they're having the same problems down at their place. It's, so it's in more than one place that's this entities. We don't know.
The land. I really feel like there might be something going on with the land. I mean, spirits of the land, they can lay dormant for years and years and years. I mean, that's the sneaky part about them.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm thinking too.
Old country too, like you were saying. So
yeah, this whole place we researched was pretty much settled by Irish Christian was settled at, but before then there was a lot of Native Americans. And from what my wife read one time, she showed it to me. I can't find it again, but the whole top mountain of Terra Alta had warring tribes, and it's supposed to be cursed.
Yeah, they're supposed to be cursed the land.
Which I wish I would have known before we bought a place here, but.
What I suggest is getting something like offerings. Look up like a medicine bag. Usually
we've tried that.
Yeah, turquoise or anything, something like that.
Tobacco. Yeah, we've tried the old tobacco. We've tried different spices, homemade bread, beads. We've tried that, but we're not sure that it's the natives on the property that are the problem. So
yeah, I mean, at that point, maybe they're happy with what they have. Yeah, it could be something else entirely. That's tough.
Well, from what I've read up on an exorcist, because we've been doing a lot of research just trying to get rid of these things and trying to figure out what it is. It seems to be, and with all the occurrences we've had, that they're a parasite type spirits, to where they just do as much as they can to aggravate and keep you miserable as much as possible to drain your energy. And we would wake up sometimes, and it seems to be anytime we want to go to like church or something where we just can't get out of bed. We'll go to bed early. We'll wake up just so drained of energy that you just can't move. And then my wife's woke up before with something sitting on top of her, pretty much like it was choking her and just paralyzed. She's had that happen to her a few times.
Yeah, and that's happened to me. Like even as a young teenager, it's happened to me. I know what I've dealt with paranormal and stuff, and I tell you what, it's scary. And having it happen again, it just freaks me out.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could be open up to it too. I mean, for myself, I'm an empath, but a lot of people, have these abilities that they don't even know, which also can be a curse at times. Spirits will want to come to you.
I agree.
Have your guard down. They can what they call oppress you, more like, wouldn't say possession, but they can keep you very tired and unmotivated and wore down.
And it seems to be every time we try to accomplish anything, if I start to work with my 3D printers to fill orders, or she'll go to do housework, you'll feel a squeezing on your chest, or something will bite you, feels like a bug bite. But we have Orkin come quite often, so there's no bugs in the house.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I mean, I'm ex-military, so I just sleep out with the bugs. So I'm a big stickler about any bugs in the house. I'm like, I don't know what that crap where I live. I woke up with, centipedes in my pocket this long, in my cargo pocket. I'm like, so I don't do bugs. So we know it's not bugs, but I feel like something bites you in the back of the head and stuff. And I'm like, look, or in my elbows. Just stuff to irritate us. It notices every time we try to accomplish something, or if we talk to people trying to get help out here, they stir up a lot more. So
we'll hear stuff like being moved. Like last night, it was happening when we were talking to Kathleen.
Something jumped off the shelf over there.
Yeah, I was like,
or we'll hear pounding on the wall outside. Which, I mean, our closest neighbor's like 3/4 of a mile away, so it's not them. Plus, we have security cameras. That's how we caught a lot of this stuff. But we'll hear pounding on the roof at night, which there's no way it's anything up there. Yeah. So, but it just all seems to be scare tactics and stuff all stuff to get you to be scared and release that energy for them to sap it from you.
Yeah.
From is what it seems to be from what I'm researching. That's the best guess I can make of it. We're just trying to find out more so we can get rid of it. We've tried everything.
And you said this. Oh, sorry. And you said this has affected your children.
It was these things. I caught it on video. Would constantly whisper to our twin daughters, and they got them to the point where they were so scared of these things that they wouldn't eat without their permission. Like I would be like, "Ara, would you like a cookie?" To my daughter, and she would look all around the room and then stop on something, and then as if she was getting permission from something, and then she would either be like, "No," and I'm like, "Why don't you want a cookie? I know you want a cookie," and she'd be like,
wow.
So these things would just constantly torment them and us, and but it got to the point where they were having a really strong hold over them, and so. That's why we've been just constantly trying to seek help and trying to figure it out to get these things out of our home and out of our lives. But I mean, as far as physically hurting us, I mean, other than like pinching me or something stupid, yeah. But nothing else has been. So we weren't really afraid for their safety. We were more afraid for their mental well-being of being. Because these things you'd hear them whispering. I'm like, who's that whispering on the video? I'm like, that's crazy,
Wow.
So,
I mean, there are ways that you can kind of close yourself off to some of this. At least try to close your home off, spiritually. I would start, like, for me, I get like the crystals, protection.
Wait, hang on before you go say a whole bunch of stuff. We've done crystal grids. I mean, we've done crystal grids, selenite, malachite, black tourmaline, obelisks, sage, smudging, blood sage. Everything we can look up and find, we have pretty much tried, and we just cannot get rid of these things. They are really resilient.
Wow.
I've even gone to the point where I bought like ozone generators and stuff on Amazon, and we'd leave the house. I've tried to bug bomb inside the house. I've tried ion generators. I've tried science. We have crucifixes and St. Benedict medals above every single door. I have them buried at all four corners of the house. And the one psychic did say that there was a portal here. We don't know if it's been closed or not because we haven't been able to anybody that would be able to know.
Yeah.
So we don't know if
anything without knowing, and then open up another one or something.
Right.
There could be a portal in the center of the house, which is why nothing seems to get rid of these things. Because if they have a doorway right inside, if they got a key, I've tried different sigils. We've tried sigils. You name it. We just
tried pretty much everything.
We just really need help.
Like you said, you're in the country.
Know more than us. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, you're in the country. What state did you say you were in again?
West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. That's old country. Yeah. I'm not sure how well someone could get in touch, but like what I would suggest is possibly getting a medium who's, more, or even a shaman. But that's tough to find, track down.
We've been having trouble finding anything except for Kathy here. Kathy started to help us, so we're like, yes, finally someone to help us,
Yeah, well, we can. I can definitely, between me and Kathy, I have a lot of connections too, even outside of Michigan.
That will be great because all the help we can get, we will take.
If we can get someone over there that maybe has a little knowledge of portals, or maybe what we could do is close it off, seal it, but you really have to find out, through someone to see.
Yeah, that's the roadblock we keep hitting of doing everything we can think of ourselves or everything we can look up online is we can't communicate with these things, and we can't feel or tell if there's portals. So we're going to stop there because we don't know what we're actually fighting. So we're just trying to protect ourselves the best we can.
And I will be heading out there this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, awesome.
Otherwise, just talk to it like a human being and just say, hey, look, we're here. We're living here. You're going to have to get along with us. I mean, sometimes if they're going to be stubborn and not leave, you're going to have to figure out a way to coexist, so to speak. And they're going to have to respect that as well.
We've tried that a bunch of times to try and, hey, you guys do you let us do us. We'll stop we'll stop saging the place and everything else that we know irritates you. We'll stop if you stop, and they don't stop. So I mean,
They're irritating.
They're just, but that's the thing is, we're pretty sure they have what they want is us. They just want to just drain our energy and just sap us all the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've already got what they want, and the more they irritate us, they're doing what, they're doing what they want to do. Their intentions are just to keep driving us nuts all the time. So that's what makes it really hard, is because we are what they want, is from what I can tell.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, if I was closer out that way, I have a lot of instruments and tools and stuff like that, but I do have other connections and people, but yeah, it's tough, it really is, but we definitely have connections on our end. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this and help you guys.
That would be great. We've been dealing with this way too long. It's.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about that drawing you drew and sent me. I wish I could bring it up on screen, but I can't. I don't know how to do it, actually.
Yeah.
Who drew that?
Me.
Yeah, I can do stick figures. She's the artist.
Well, I mean, it was kind of like I was even like drawing it out. I was scared, so I kind of did it like real fast because it freaked me out. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's the one thing that she told you about that she would keep seeing in her dreams, like it was coming after her constantly.
As a teenager.
Wow.
Did you realize you drew a pentagram on the forehead? And the points point to the eyes?
No.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. Oh my God.
I've looked at it a couple of times, but not intensely, just because it's a pretty creepy looking drawing. So.
Well, I had initially missed it myself until I had forwarded it to someone else I had been speaking with, and they're actually the one who pointed that out to me, and I didn't notice it at first either. Wow. Because you had like these scribble marks literally over top, but just beyond that, you'd have to really look, but it's there.
Oh, I'll have to look
I was just wondering if that was intentional or something you just seen. Thanks.
I'll have to look at this.
Yeah.
We don't have the original drawing anymore because it creeped her out so much she burned it. So, but I have that picture so I could, try and get help and show people something. So, just to document it.
Oh, she drop out?
Yeah, it looks like it. She might hit the wrong button.
Oh. Make sure what happens. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, for me, I honestly feel like it could be attached, like I was saying, attached to the land, but somebody, like you're saying, it could be because you're there and they're just not wanting to leave.
Well, that, and they're not only tormenting us, our neighbors down the road have the same stuff at their house, bothering them all the time.
You think it's the same spirits, like you're saying, thing going on?
Same ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same ones. Well, I don't think it's the same spirits. I think they're on the same
Here we go.
group, though, of jerks.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, there you are.
I was trying to figure out how to bring it up on screen. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't want to try that again because I don't want to drop back off.
No.
But there's a lot of other things you've showed us in videos. Can you tell us more about literally the physical things that's happened to you both?
As far as physical wise, I mean, there'd be pounding on the walls. Things have choked her a couple times. I mean, heck, they even mess with me while I'm trying to drive my car. I'll feel my steering wheel tugging. I'm like, what the crap? I'm like,
Yeah, you sent me this picture and told me that something about burning or something that you watched.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. I didn't even know I still had that picture, so I was looking through and sent it to you.
Wow.
You ready? I can put it in.
Were being
Okay, here is the picture.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's one of them.
If you look under the bangs there,
Oh.
you can see the pentagram over a little bit, Brett. This
Whoa.
one. There you go. See right here?
Yep. I see it.
Oh, I can see that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a creepy looking thing though. Well, the one where there was the marks on my arms, these things were really being jerks one day, and I think it was one time when we just saged the whole place up, like so thick you could barely see with sage. And I'm standing there here in the kitchen, and I felt something like something burnt my arm, and I was like, "What the?" And I looked, and there was a line across my arm.
With the two marks, looks like much
So I looked down, and as I'm looking, I see the other one appear right in front of my eyes, and it felt like a swishing type of, like something went across my arm.
right there.
Yep, those two.
Wow.
The one appeared, and then I looked down, or I felt the one, and then I looked down, and I saw the other one appear right before my eyes. I was like, what the? So it was those things. That was one of the things they did to me, being jerks. We used to wake up with bruises and stuff too. And we had rashes. I sent you a picture of the rashes where I had one on my arm, and she had one on her side when this all first started. We just got rashes out of nowhere, and I was like, these are weird. So we took pictures of it. And I think the one psychic team that we did talk to that told us about the portal and stuff said that they felt that it was a witch that touched me, and they said that they think it might have been a demon that touched her, which, I mean, I don't know, but that was their opinion.
It does look like a burn, and you can see these two fingers on the bottom of that red spot on her. I do have that picture as well.
Wow.
Yeah, hers looked more like a burn. Mine looked more like a rash, and that was right on her side.
Wow. Yeah.
Right where about her belt line would be. That was her waist.
Okay, get that other picture, please. Yeah. Now the video with the picture you sent with the 3 arrows of the playpen.
That's the one where they weren't.
Tell us about that one.
That's the one I was talking about earlier, where those aren't our kids. Those are not our children. That was the one where Stephanie was we were at the hotel, and the girls were there with us, and she was looking through on live, and she was like, "What?" So she screenshotted it, and I was like, "Those aren't our kids. Ours are right here," and it was live. So,
whoa,
yeah,
wow, that's incredible.
The one where the apparition runs across the living room floor, you can see it. That one, I actually had to slow it down. I went to some app or something because it would go by quick, and I was like, "What is that?" So when it got to those few frames, I slowed it down so you could see it going across the floor.
Wow.
That was the only alteration to that, was just to slow down those few frames so you could see it better going across the floor. I was like, "What the world?"
Yeah.
Wow.
But we just for the life of us can't figure out what
it takes a minute, but you can see it down at this right hand corner.
Oh yeah, the top, yeah, right there it is.
Oh, I see it.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like a little something running across there. That one was taken too. That was another from the same night when that was from the same night that the one of the play tent was taken. That was when we were going through video and stuff of that night because we had recording 24/7, and it was like, whoa, look at that.
Down in the
So
hallway.
Wow.
And then there's also an incident of a dark shadow.
oh, the one where that was one where I happened back in the bedroom looked really, really dark. And I was like, what in the world? And it seemed to be a cloud. And so I was like, I'm gonna grab my phone. So I grabbed my phone, turned it on record, and I walked over so I could see this cloud, and the thing moved right through me. And I was like, whoa, because then the screen gets all light again. It was like the black cloud just went right through me. I was like, what in the world was that?
On the wall.
Which, yeah, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, you can see it on the left-hand side of this wall more predominantly if you watch it.
And you try to freeze it.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. I don't believe I've ever seen so much activity in one place.
Yeah.
And like Darren, I do, with so much going on and other people experiencing the same thing, I do feel that it could possibly be on the land, not so much the house.
Yeah. Well, I used to say back in the day that this place is like Grand Central Station for supernatural crap because it's just, I mean, it's outside, inside. I mean, it's everywhere. I can go up on the top of the hill and stuff will start happening, or down in the lower field. I mean, it's, everywhere.
Wow. Wow.
That's the one from the corner of the picture.
Yeah. I mean, they've sent me some overwhelming photographs. I mean, there's tons of it.
Which we stopped recording stuff and stopped bothering with it. For one, it seems like the cameras and screens all keep going blurry. Like something's messing with our equipment. And, we've already got enough, and we tried to save it by sending it to YouTube so nothing could be distorted or destroyed. Because we've read about stuff doing that too, where pictures would show up missing. We've had that too, stuff missing off the phones. We're like, wait, where'd that go?
Yeah, you had a video on there as well that was 7 minutes. It was all black, but if you would go through the thumbnail and go over it, it wasn't black. You could actually see.
Which I believe is these things keep trying to cover their tracks more and more and more. But I mean, anything that's around, I guarantee it's been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. It's, so they learn how to cover their tracks. Otherwise, there wouldn't be channels like this. It'd be on the 6 o'clock news. Oh, there was another ghost here or something.
Yeah.
So obviously they're good enough at keep covering their tracks to make people think that, they don't exist. So, but that's why I uploaded stuff to YouTube so we could share to try and get help without it being degraded or distorted, hopefully to preserve it. So
that's good.
But we don't even bother anymore with, I mean, like I have a thermal scope and we have night vision, all that stuff. I don't even bother with it, because
try not to. What I would say, when you feed into it, is gonna make it worse. So
that's why we just quit. We have enough stuff documented to prove our point and to prove that the stuff's here.
Right.
So after that, we're just like, we don't waste our time with it anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. It really is.
Yeah.
You have anything else to add, Sarah? Any questions? The only thing I can think of is trying to find, I got connections on my end. I can ask a real good friend. She's a medium. Yeah, she's local to where I'm at, so but she knows a lot about stuff like this, and maybe there's some advice I can give you.
Because I know some of them have been able to connect, like the ones we talked to are over the phone, and they were able to connect with the property just by getting the address.
Wow.
So I mean, and they both pretty much, and I make sure anytime I do, like when I was doing sanity checks, I'd be like, what do you see? I wouldn't be like, hey, do you see this skull? I'd be like, what do you see? You know, so that way I can check my own sanity level too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anytime I talk to someone like that or anything, I'm like, I give them as little information as possible. And then, you know, I'll be like, okay, here's the address. You tell me, you know, and here's my name, you know, so. And then I let them go from there. But they pretty much had about the same stories that there's multiple entities here, and there was a portal. I don't know if it's closed by now or and these things are, I don't know. I need someone with more ability than I have, so to help us with this. So
yeah. Well,
if she
we'll
can
give you
connect with the property or something, we can get with you later and give you the address and all that stuff. And
yeah, I
you know,
mean,
that would be great.
I have some other techniques I don't like to share too much because, you know, I believe a lot of people are, you know, it's kind of a little secret of mine. So, I have ways I could probably pass it along through Sarah, or you know whoever. I can be in touch, and plus I can touch base with my medium and see. I can give her the rundown, everything going on, and you know, see what we can do to
That
help.
would be great. We really appreciate it because this has been going on way too long.
Yeah. And you know what? For the longest time too, I was telling Kathleen this last night, like I had a spirit follow me to like different places I've lived. This is before I even knew he existed or got with him and stuff. And it was like a black shadow. It was like it had uh, I could never really make out. It was always like it looked like to me like a girl, like a young girl, something like that. And she had these white piercing eyes. And every time I would see her, I would I would start like it would paralyze me. She would paralyze me and stuff. Every time I seen her, yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it followed me. Like I thought maybe that's what this is here. I don't know.
I've always been the biggest skeptic ever, and I still am. Like, you know, unless my
Yeah.
motto is, you know, believe none of what you hear, 50% of what you see, and 75% of what you feel. Because there's just way too many people that want their 5 minutes of fame and all that stuff. And we
Yeah.
have no interest. That's why we live on 41 acres in the middle of nowhere. We don't want a part of the stuff. We
Right.
just want to be left alone and raise our family and animals and stuff in peace and quiet, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I never shared this one. I think I told him one time, but the first time I seen her, this puts us about 13 years ago. I'm sitting in my living room. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm by myself. And where I lived in a trailer where the couch was, you could look down the hallway and see right in my bedroom. I start like seeing flashes out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And then I see something, a black figure crab walking down the hallway.
Oh my God.
And then it reaches the bathroom. The bathroom light's on. And I can see like it poked its head out of the corner there, looking at me and stuff. And then it went from the bathroom to my bedroom. And it did it again. It poked its head out the corner of the doorway. And I'm like, no fucking way. And
Oh,
then it fucking, in between, I had my daughter at the time. She was a baby. She was, can't remember. I think she was back there asleep. Huh? I'm getting to the point.
You're making it really long.
Sorry, I'm not trying to make it long. I get all excited and then I get stumbled up. Anyway, well, it ducked down in between the bed and the crib like this, like just like crunched up like this. And then it giggled at me. I was like, oh, hell no. Like it was like this demonic little creepy, like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it scared me. Sorry. He.
Well, easy on the stories and stuff. You know? We're trying to keep it PG here.
Well, yeah, that's the first time I saw her, and then I've been seeing her. And I've seen her ever since. She's followed me.
Well, she would tell me about paranormal stuff when I first met her all the time, and I'd just be like, I never had any experiences. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I get you. And then I had to apologize to her after all this stuff started happening here. I'm like, I am sorry for doubting you. You know?
yeah. I mean, that's wow. I'm speechless when it comes to some of that. But yeah, it seems like you guys got your hands full. I mean, we're gonna definitely figure out what's going on and help you guys.
We appreciate it. I mean, we just got to get this crap out of our lives so we can get back to our lives. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any other questions, Darren?
Not that I can think of. I mean, if anything, I can be in touch, after the stream. I'm going to talk to my medium and maybe go over a few things, some details and see what's really going on. And maybe we can figure out something. I have some other tips.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, we can try our best to help you guys.
We'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I want to thank you all for coming on and sharing your story with
Yes,
us.
thank you.
And I hope that we will be able to help you. We're not going to give up until we do.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Because I mean, we can't give up. We we don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's something we can't walk away from. We've tried, and it just doesn't happen. So
Yeah. Well, you just got to keep trying. Hopefully, we don't piss this thing off, but they're gonna have to learn.
Yeah, the last thing we want to do is make a situation worse.
Right.
oh, I guarantee I pissed these things off more than any of you could. Constantly battling with these things, like
I used to
because
tell them,
if I find something that they don't like, boy, I'll do the whole house with it.
Oh goodness.
So
I used to tell them, like, don't piss them off.
yeah, well, that's the thing is, I'm hoping I piss them off enough that they just go away, or I'll get lucky enough, and whatever it is will be toxic enough to get rid of them and kill them or something like that. So you never know. I mean, they're made of energy just like we are. It's so. But I'm more of a scientific guy than I am a supernatural. So I try and look at it and find it with night vision camera or thermal or like the EM meters, stuff like that,
Mhm.
So, but eventually it'll, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm too stubborn to quit or give up. So
Yeah.
they're doomed. They just don't know it yet. So I just have to find the right help or the right answer. It's out there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, do you want to call out for now? I mean, definitely.
Yes.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. And like I said, we'll be in touch and try to figure this out and get to the bottom of it. And thank you guys so much for being on here.
thank you.
If you don't mind, I might actually throw this live stream right up on my channel a little later. If you have any, against that at all, or
No, if it'll get us some help, we got no problem with that.
absolutely, yeah.
We're just all about trying to get help. I mean, we don't want any fame or anything like that. We just want to be
No.
left alone. That's why we're out where we're at.
Right.
We want to be left alone. But we can't do this.
I would like
alone.
to.
So
I have a lot of good people on there, and I like to get some more opinions. And like I said, I have some other connections too, so we'll get you the
that's
help.
great.
Yeah, I've also shared with a few other groups and a few other people too, in hopes that we can get you the help that you need.
Thank you.
That would be awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, you're
I have to get to the post office anyway because I have to get my orders there delivered. So for my business. So, but yeah, get in touch with us. We're available anytime.
All right.
So,
yeah, take care, guys. All right. I'm gonna
Thank
probably
you,
end this
guys.
stream.
you have a good day.
All right,
Bye,
take care, guys. Thank you.
take care.
Yeah, that worked out really good. Let me see here. I think we're still up. Let's see. End broadcast.